everyone. Welcome back to our podcast. It is so wonderful to see all of you here again. I am Zari, and as always, I am here with my dear friend and partner, Vikram. Hello, Vikram. Welcome to our insightful and heart-to-heart podcast.
Hello, Zari. It is great to be here. And hello to all our listeners out there. Thank you for joining us today. We are very happy to share this time with you.
Vikram, before we start, I want to say something important to our audience. Our goal here is to help you improve your English. That is why we use simple, clear, and natural language. We want our podcast to be a great tool for your English learning journey.
That's right, Zari. We speak at a comfortable speed so everyone can follow the conversation easily. Now, today's topic is going to be marriage, Zari. We are going to talk about how to make relationships stronger. We will discuss this deeply and share some interesting ideas.
I am excited! But before we dive in, Vikram has some small reminders.
Yes, please don't forget to tell your friends about us. If you like the video, hit the like button and subscribe. This helps more English learners find our channel.
And if you have any questions or suggestions, please write them in the comments. We love hearing from you.
All right then. I think we are ready. Let's get started. Hello again, everyone. Hello to you too, Zari.
Hello, Vikram.
Today we are going to talk about marriage, Zari. But I don't know how we can talk about it without talking about our own lives.
Yes, I was thinking the same thing. Maybe we should say, this conversation has nothing to do with real people.
Well, it has something to do with real people, but not directly with us. We will probably use examples from our own relationship, but these stories won't be exactly about us. So if anyone is waiting for us to tell our secrets, don't wait.
We won't talk about our own marriage here. How much more can we tell anyway? My middle name is Principal, so we will be professional.
Tell me, Zari, is marriage difficult?
Marriage is difficult. As an academic, let me tell you about the research. Usually, the happiness level of married women goes down, but it goes up for men. So if you ask a woman, she will say it is hard. Now, let me ask you, Vikram, is marriage difficult?
It is very difficult. At least on camera, it feels very hard. I could say young people don't get married, but honestly, it's not that hard for me. My comfort increases at home.
But why do women live longer then?
That is different. Science says it is about hormones.
If women are so unhappy, how do they live longer? It is because our psychological resilience is high. We deal with stress. We talk about our problems.
Okay, all the women are on your side now. I think only a few men are watching us, and half of them are probably wife guys who agree with their wives anyway. So I will try to defend the men here. But seriously, I think marriage is hard because you are walking toward a long future with someone from a different background. You share money, you share parenting, and you share social lives. A person always has a fight with themselves. Before your own fight ends, you bring another person into your life. That is hard.
True, but let's not be too pessimistic. It can also be very easy. Some people make it easy, but it becomes harder if you think all problems are the other person's fault. If you think you are better, more logical, or more right than your partner, marriage becomes much more difficult.
Exactly. People learn if they're ready for marriage only after they get married. You might have had long relationships before, but marriage is different. Signing that paper and sharing responsibilities like cleaning the house or taking out the trash becomes a business.
And people notice their mistakes after they get married. Sometimes people say, my partner changed after marriage, but actually they didn't change. You are just seeing their married version for the first time. The secret is to accept this version with love. If you only look for mistakes, you will find them.
Yes, John Gottman's research on marriage is very important here. He observed thousands of couples. He can predict who will get divorced with 90% accuracy.
He talks about the 4 horsemen: criticism, defensiveness, contempt, and stonewalling, building a wall. If a couple uses these a lot, They might get divorced because they don't feel safe.
The research says the problem is not fighting. Every couple fights. The problem is how you fight. Using an aggressive language or insulting your partner is the real danger. Even during a fight, you shouldn't forget that this person is someone you love.
Also, physical reactions are important. In unhappy couples, stress and adrenaline are very high during a fight. If your hands shake or your face turns red, it shows you are losing control. Staying calm is very important.
But some people are naturally more emotional or impulsive. These people need to work harder to regulate their emotions. Maybe they need meditation or extra training for their minds.
I have worked with couples for many years. I don't think simple tips like use I statements always work. We need to look at core emotions.
For example, the trash example. The wife says, "Take out the trash." If the husband doesn't do it, it's not just about the trash. Maybe the husband thinks, "My wife is too controlling. She acts like a boss." He shows passive-aggressive behavior.
And the wife thinks, he doesn't respect me, he doesn't value me. If we don't see these emotional patterns, we fight about trash for hours, but the problem is not the trash.
My aunt and her husband once had a huge fight about the lottery. They didn't even win. They were just imagining what to do if they won. They built a factory in their minds and then fought about who would be the manager. So the problem is never just about the trash or the lottery.
Exactly. When these negative cycles continue, one person always asks for more and the other person pulls away. The person who pulls away loses hope. They think nothing will change and they stop trying.
Sometimes couples don't see how they complete each other. For example, a woman might be very energetic and angry, while the man is very quiet and avoids problems. The woman screams, "He doesn't listen to me." But maybe if the man started talking, the relationship would end because they are both reacting in unhealthy ways.
It's like being a parent. If you don't know yourself, it is hard to raise a child. In marriage, if you don't understand your own past and your schemas, emotional patterns, you will have big problems. But these crises are also an opportunity to change. Research shows that happy couples have 5 positive experiences for every 1 negative experience.
So change is not just for the relationship, it is for ourselves. People usually ask for help when it is too late, right before divorce. This is like going to the doctor when the illness is very advanced. You should listen to a voice of reason before the problems get too big.
Why? Because during a crisis, the logical part of our brain, the prefrontal cortex, stops working. We act automatically. We get angry or we run away. This is not about your intelligence. It's just how the brain works.
Let's fix it later usually doesn't work. If you don't make an effort, time doesn't heal a relationship. It just makes the hopelessness grow. Also, we fall into the mind-reading trap. We think we know our partner perfectly, but research says our mind reading is only 30% accurate. We should stay curious about each other.
True. Sometimes I think Vikram is definitely angry at me, but then I ask you and find out you were thinking about something completely different. We shouldn't destroy our relationship because of our own thoughts.
Children repeat what they see in their parents. If they grow up in a house where people fight like cats and dogs, they think this is normal marriage. If no one speaks in the house, they expect problems to disappear like steam. But problems don't disappear, they stay inside.
Open communication is easy to write in books, but very hard to do. Being able to say, my parents used to stop talking when they were angry, but this doesn't feel good to me. Let's find another way is a big step.
That simplicity is actually very hard to achieve. I practiced Aikido for 15 years. Masters make it look so simple and easy, like a famous football player. You watch them and think, I can do that too. But you can't. That simplicity requires being at peace with yourself and staying calm.
Yes, it's hard. 70% of problems in marriage are never fully solved. The goal is to accept the differences. Happy couples focus on friendship and humor. Just 15 minutes of talking every day can change everything.
Instead of solving problems, we should focus on spending good time together. Go out for dinner or just talk. Focus on the positive things. Say thank you or you were very good at this. It is very simple but very effective.
But we must say this, if there's a lot of anger or emotional abuse, it is not just a marriage problem anymore. It is a personality problem. A person needs to be healthy to have a healthy relationship.
So, Zari, what did you learn from marriage in our few years? Tell us.
I learned that it is very important to express yourself. Before, I was quiet and afraid, but then I realized when you say what you want, life becomes much easier. I can tell people, don't stay in the background. Tell your partner who you are. And you, Vikram, what did you learn?
I learned to listen. I learned not to make big generalizations from small mistakes. I learned that being right does not give me the right to be angry or mean. I am still learning to be more gentle and kind.
That's lovely. I recently saw that a famous writer lost her husband after 40 years of marriage. 40 years! It made me think, I don't want to be the one who stays behind. If I am alone, I might become a grumpy old man.
Well, a deep friendship is the best thing that can happen to a person, but it takes work, effort, and support. If you are at peace with yourself, you will be a good partner.
Exactly. Let's make this week an investment week. Spend 15 minutes talking every day. Support each other's dreams. Marriage is not about being happy every second. It is about walking the path together with kindness. Well, Vikram, we have come to the end of another great episode. I really enjoyed talking about marriages today. Time always flies when we are having these conversations.
I agree, Zari. It was a very meaningful discussion. But now we want to hear from you, our dear listeners. What do you think about this topic? Do you have similar experiences in your life?
Yes, please share your thoughts with us in the comments section below. We read every single comment and we really value your opinions. Your feedback helps us create better content for you.
And question of the day, do you think 15 minutes a day is enough to save a relationship? Share your thoughts in the comments. Also, before you go, don't forget to subscribe to our channel if you haven't already, and please share this episode with someone who is also trying to improve their English. Sharing is caring.
Exactly. We hope our simple and clear English was helpful for you today. Remember, consistency is the key to learning a language. Keep listening and keep practicing.
Thank you for staying with us until the very end. We can't wait to see you in our next episode.
Take care of yourselves and keep learning. Goodbye for now.
Goodbye, everyone.